Welcome to studying Powerplant oral questions. Today we are going to cover turbine engines. The following questions are found on the Baker School of Aeronautics Oral and Practical Study Guide. Feel free to pause the video after each question to give yourself a chance to answer. Starting with question 1. What are the advantages of turbine fan engines over turbojet engines? A turbine fan engine uses a fan to bypass some air around the engine core and to provide thrust. The advantage is that this provides additional thrust without increasing fuel flow. What is the main purpose of thrust reversers? For slowing the aircraft down to effective braking speeds. What is a free turbine? A turbine wheel that, rather than driving the compressor rotor, drives a propeller or helicopter transmission. What may be the indications if a turbojet is out of trim? The engine has high exhaust gas temperature EGT at a target engine pressure ratio EPR for takeoff. What is one method of relieving thermal stress on a turbine disc? One method is to strike cooling bleed air back onto the face of the disc. What is a split compressor system in a turbine engine? The split compressor system requires two concentric shafts joining the turbine stages to their respective compressors. What are two most common types of thrust reverse? They are mechanical blockage type and aerodynamic blockage type. What is the effect of air density on the thrust of a turbine engine? Air density determines the mass of air that is used by a jet engine. The factors that affect density are the temperature and pressure of the air. If density increases, thrust increases, and vice versa. An increase in air temperature entering an engine will cause a decrease in air density and thrust. An increase in air pressure entering the engine will cause an increase in air density and thrust. With a given throttle setting, engine thrust will vary if the temperature or pressure of the air entering the engine changes. What is a turbofan engine? A turbofan engine is, in principle, the same as a turboprop, except that the propeller is replaced by a duct-enclosed axial flow fan. What is the major difference between turboprop and turbojet engines? A turboprop engine usually has more turbine stages than the turbojet engine. In addition to operating the compressor and the accessories, the turboprop turbine must also drive a propeller. What is the purpose of the nozzle diaphragm or turbine nozzle? The turbine nozzle prepares the combustion mass airflow to drive the turbine rotor. First, they change a portion of the heat and pressure energy to velocity energy. The fixed vanes are shaped and set at such an angle that they form a number of small nozzles that discharge the gases at extremely high speeds. The second purpose of the turbine nozzle is to deflect the gas, so they strike the turbine at the most efficient angle for maximum turbine rotation. How are compressor blades attached to a disc-type rotor? The compressor blades are fitted into the discs by either bulb-type, fir tree, or dovetail-type roots. The blades are then locked by means of screws, peening, locking wires, pins, or keys. Where are the strut rupture cracks most likely to occur on turbine blades? They usually appear as small hairline cracks on or across the leading or trailing edge of the blades. The cracks appear at right angles to the edge length. What is the location and function of the diffuser section in a turbine engine? The diffuser is the divergent section of the engine located between the compressor section and burner cans. Its function is to change the high-velocity compressor discharge air to static pressure. What types of damage may be found when inspecting compressor blades? Dents, scratches, gouges, galling, burns, burrs, pitting, and cracks. What prevents burning of the liner wall in can-type combustion chambers? Louvers are provided along the axial length of the liners to direct a cooling layer of air along the inside wall of the liner. What is the purpose of the interconnector tubes between can-type combustion chambers? To spread the flame to the combustion chambers that are not equipped with igniter plugs during engine starting. What are four combustion chamber systems? They are the can annular, and reverse flow annular types. What are two principal types of compressors used in turbojet aircraft? The two most common compressors in use today are the centrifugal flow and axial flow types. What are the major components of a typical gas turbine engine? A typical gas turbine engine consists of an air inlet, compression section, combustion section, turbine section, exhaust section, and accessory section.